still trying to get used to filming and the new, like, with the new bookshelves behind me. Having all three behind me just makes this feel so cohesive and so put together instead of just the two. Now you have all three. Yeah. 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 Hi, hello, welcome back, Bookish Besties, to another video. As you can see by today's title, we are doing part 2 to my 2026 reset. Part 1 was me reorganizing the room. Went through a breakup with it. It's been a day. It's been a week. It's been a tough week for me. And I said that in my description of the first video to the part 1 to this little 2-part series. But today we're doing all things bookish. We're going to be doing my reading journal. We are going to be redoing my TBR jar to add some more prompts, add some different prompts. Just kind of things that I kind of just taken some inspiration from for the jar. We gotta redo my Notion. We're not redoing my Notion. We're just making sure my Notion is up to date for 2026. I think I want to make a 2026 reading mood board. I'm not quite sure just yet on that, but we could do that. And then also, my mom got me a $50 gift card from Barnes & Noble, so I will be taking that tomorrow for the sale that happens every year on December 26th, and buying books. So, with that being said, we have a lot of bookish things to do in this video. I am bringing you along with me while I do these bookish things. Now, I've already started working on my bullet journal, and I've like recorded bits and pieces of it. Next year I would do a full like reading journal video by itself, but I thought why not just include it in one big reset video, bookish reset video for you guys. So that's what we're doing. Okay, I am using my 2025 journal. So this is my 2025 journal that I abandoned because I got into a reading slump and it didn't get used for a very long time. So I can that's me testing out markers, but like this is my 2025 reading journal that I am reusing for 2026, and I technically could keep some of this the same, but I'm not going to. So that's also where the problem lies. So we are just going to hop right into the 2026 portion of this video. And I did my 75 book in here, which I also abandoned this, but I'm picking it back up at the beginning of 2026. Don't worry, I will do a video explaining that. But we kind of took a break. We took like a little, so like my 75 book is here, and then it's a little page blank, and then we go straight into 2026, and I've already set quite a bit of it up. So you're gonna come along as I kind of finish the rest of it, because I still have to finish my series tracker. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, my DNF graveyard. I don't know if it's gonna stay a DNF graveyard or not. And then my monthly favorites, and then we're also gonna do my January spread together. So I am bringing you guys along for all of the rest of it. And then, like I said, we're gonna reset my TBR jar and everything else. So big bookish reset video for 2026. I hope you guys are ready, because I am ready. So let's hop straight into the reading journal portion. Some of this is past me, but then the rest of it is me. Today me. So let's just hop right to it. So let's go through my 2026 reading journal. Here we are with the first little intro. Like I said, this is part of my 2025 one. So we have all my old spreads back here that I haven't touched and looked at in months. But here we are with the 2026. I really like how this turned out. I do not like this second two. Looks off, and I don't know how to fix it. So ignore it. But I love how this turned out. I don't remember what book this quote is from, but it is a book quote. It's in a book that I have read. Just don't remember which one. Then we have my rating system, which hasn't changed. I am changing from I know I rate start right now. I rate 1.25, 1.5, 1.75. I am going down to where I'm only going to be rating on a 0.5 system. So it'll be 1 star, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and so on and so forth. Because the 0.25 and the 0.75 isn't that much of a difference. So we're going to stop doing that. So then we have my 2026 goals, which if you watch my goals video I talked about, this isn't all of them. These are just the main ones I kind of want to focus on in 2026. Here is my reading goal page. I only technically want to read 60 books, but I have enough room for 65. I'm currently sitting at 56 books this year, and considering one of my goals is to slow down in 2026, literally quality over quantity, I definitely think I can read 65. If I need another page or need to add in a little sheet right here, I am absolutely fine with doing that. I will be okay. We can solve the issue. But my main goal is 60 books for next year, which is 5 books a month. And so if I read extra, I read extra. And then obviously I have my audio, ebook, library, and physical. Here is my 26 and 26. I think this is one of my favorite pages, if not my favorite page in this reading journal that I've done. But we have my 26 and 26, which I'm pretty sure I have a video out there that you guys can go and watch. I'm going to add some more stickers while we are here, just because I can, and I want to get rid of these sticker sheets so I can get some more, because I want another one. So I'm going to add some stickers while we're here. But these will just get colored in as we go through the year. But I have all 26s, 13 and 13 each. I'm definitely not doing a 27 and 27 because that just seems like a lot. And I don't want to. Plus, it's already going to be almost half of what I read just this year. So then we have my 2026 yearly stats. I do not like how this turned out. I will most likely be changing it next year. But next year, I'm also thinking of getting a B5 journal, which is a bit of a taller journal than the A5, which is what this is. So we will see, but I don't really like how this one turned out. It's actually one of my least favorites. But we can't love them all, and I'm not going to redo it. It's pretty much the same as my 2025 one that I did. We have my books read, pages read, hours listened, book spot, physical, audio, library, ebook, and rereads. These I don't specifically like because it's back to back with this. And this basically tracks my audio, ebook, library, and physical reads. So I'm probably going to change this out for something else next year when I do this page. But I am going to keep this page. I just don't like how this one turned out. Especially because I skipped September when I was doing this. Okay? Wasn't my brightest moment. Then we have my romantasy bingo and my genre tracker. This is going to get another page, another 2 pages later on, back here somewhere. It's going to get 2 full pages where I list out each one and I put what book I'm reading for each one. But this is just so I can come in and cross it off really quickly as I read through them. I am going to create a video for my romantasy bingo at the beginning of 2026. I'm going to tackle it mostly in 2026. I have not read anything off my romantasy bingo TBR yet. And then we have my genre tracker, and I mostly read fantasy and romance. I want to get more into sci-fi this year and a little bit more into dystopian also this year, so I added those two. We'll see if I need to expand this, but I hope I will not. And I'll just color in. I will show you at some point when I go start filling this in how I'm going to do this, but it's going to be in a very specific way. Then we have my reading tracker. Like I said, my goal is 60, but I have enough room for 120 books. If I read that much, I do need to go back through and like do my little lines across. I forgot I hadn't done that yet, but once I start doing my journal every month, it will look better than this. But we have my reading tracker, and then directly behind my reading tracker, we have my series tracker, which isn't all the way filled out quite yet, but I have room for whatever I need. These are for specific books, like book series and stuff, but I'm in the middle of so many series that I left room. So I have all this room left, and then I have 2 other pages for series because I know myself. I'm going to start more. I'm going to finish more, but as you can see, I've already started kind of like filling this out for where I'm at currently at the end of this year. And then we have my DNF list, which was originally supposed to be a graveyard, so you can kind of still see the graves in there a little bit. So I need to go back and erase a little bit more. But I decided to just change to a DNF list because I didn't like how the graveyard looked. I don't DNF or not. So I originally had this whole thing going all the way down. But then I was like, I'm probably not even going to DNF that much. So I have enough room for about like 10 or 12 books here. More than that. Because this is like 10 lines in itself. I have a room for like 20 books here. Probably not going to DNF 20 books, but it's here. It's only 1 page because I know I'm not going to DNF a lot. Then we have my monthly favorites page, which I think is also another one of my favorite pages in this journal. And so the book cover will just go in here for each month of the year for my favorite book of that month, which will be hard to narrow down because I have been on a constant roll of like 4.5, 5-star reads lately. So, and then the last like yearly spread is my books bought spread. I have enough room for 67, which is crazy. 67, you know? Anyways, I have enough room for 67 books on here. We will see how many I buy. I'm trying to keep it down to at least 5 books a month, so I really only want to buy 60 books next year. But knowing me, it will probably be more, especially because I have an idea of I'm going to save up a bunch of money for my birthday and then do a massive book buy. So, and then this will be where my January spread is. But I actually really like how this turned out. So now that I have finished the book journal, okay, the book journal is finished. She's done for the moment, at least. I do gotta go back in, like I said, and complete a little lines for this and finish my series tracker, but I can do that later. I'm not doing that now. We spent enough time. We spent from the beginning of this video till now on my reading journal. So it's time to refresh this. I am first going to write down the prompts that I want on my iPad, and then we're going to get a sheet of paper, and we're probably going to use my Crayola Super Tips as like what we're going to use to write on my prompts. I am retiring some prompts that I have in here because I never use them, and sometimes if I would pull them, I would put them back in the jar. You didn't know that. I cut that stuff out of my videos, but I did like put certain prompts back in here, and so we are going to take those out. I do have other prompts up here, so, but yeah, we are going to now redo this. I'm watching Laura redo her TBR jar, so I'm excited to kind of redo mine. So let's go. Let's go to the next part of this video. just like my first set of prompts, and yeah, I'll list them out for you. So if you want to take inspiration for your own TBR jar, I have Book with the Black Cover. I have Romantasy Bingo TBR, which if you're not doing that, then obviously not. Reread a favorite book, 2026 TBR. Book with the map, book with flowers on the cover. Let Nala, my dog, pick the book. A book with a love triangle, a dark standalone fantasy, which I want to find more like standalone fantasy books because I need to stop starting series and not continuing them. Book with the weapon on the cover, been on my shelf the longest because I have books that I have on my shelf that have been on my shelf unread since 2023. It's a problem. Book that fits the current season, a book I softy enough, a book I considered unhauling, and book with moon/stars on the cover. This is like 10-ish prompts, a little more than 10, and I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting these out and putting them in the jar. But this is the first of the prompts that I have, and I have so many more to go because I haven't even started on the pile of prompts that previously came out of the TBR jar. These are just prompts that I saw Laura put in her TBR jar that she did recently for Bookmas. And now here I am doing it. So let's go. I have finished the TBR jar. I actually have 2 October for doing this today. I also want to film my January TBR jar, so I feel like it's perfect, but I digress. I have finished it. There is a lot of prompts in here, as you can see. I am actually going to change the TBR jar and make it into a cup until I get another jar. I'm going to buy another jar that I can decorate and stuff. So these prompts are actually all going to go into this cup because my hand cannot fit in this jar. Okay? It barely fits. Half the time I cannot barely even get fingers in sometimes. Oh God. This is going to be very full, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. I still have prompts in the bottom of this jar, but with this cup, I can easily just like get my hand in there and like shuffle these around if need be. They've been shuffled, okay? And they have been shuffled plenty of times. I do have like a couple of like in here at least twice. Like my 2025 TBR, my 2026 TBR prompts are both in here. I don't remember my list of my 2024 TBR, so I can't like put those in here, or my 2023 one. But all my prompts are in here. So yeah, that's That's the TBR job. I actually really like it. This was all the prompts, and I have like marker all over my hands, but it's okay. It's fine. You live and you learn, and I lived and I learned that I can get messy when writing with marker. No, I think I should leave this on here. Should I? I'm gonna leave this on here. I don't know what I'm gonna put in this jar yet, but something else is gonna go in this jar. Haven't quite figured out what yet, but something else is going in this jar. I'll probably put some of my like annotation stuff in here, like some pens or something, but she's all pretty, she's all made. I have a lot of prompts in here. So put it down. Put it down. Yep, I'm gonna go edit this. And then I think I'm going to film my TBR video. And then after my TBR video, I will come back to this video. And we can do my Notion, or either I'll do my Notion tomorrow before I go to work or whatever. So we'll see what happens. But I want to try and finish the video by like Saturday night, so this can go up on Wednesday for you guys. And then next Friday, you'll get my TBR video. So Target acquired. This is the main reason I came in here. So I wanted to get at least this. We're gonna look at other things. Because of course. Here is the damage that was done at Barnes & Noble this morning. I didn't record a lot because I'm a scaredy cat and I don't like recording in public. I'm gonna have to get over that fear if I want to do book shopping vlogs or whatever. But I digress. First, we're gonna start with the small stuff. So I got 2 new bookmarks. I got a Pokemon bookmark, which honestly I think is my favorite out of the 2. Just to give it as Pokemon. I'm an early 2000s baby. And then my other bookmark that I got was a Bury Me With My TBR List bookmark, which I just thought was perfect. I saw it at the register when I was going to the register and I had to get it. So I got that. These ended up coming out to like $1 each because they were 25% off, and then I also had like $15 on my account. So these ended up coming to like $1 each, which is crazy. But your new bookmarks adds the bookmark collection. I don't know why I get the ones with tassels, because the tassels usually end up coming off, but I digress. Now onto the good stuff. Okay, I balanced it out a little bit, so I got 2 first books in series and then 2 like second book / last book in series. So I got A Shadow Crown by Melissa Blair, which is the second book following A Broken Blade. So I have the first 2 books of the series, which means I need to get to reading this series very soon. I did indeed buy The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I got it on my TBR, and I was like, I'm gonna go buy this. And I got it while I was in the store, because I've been meaning to buy it. So now I have it. I got Celestial Monsters, which is the second book following the Sunbury trial. So I will be doing a reread of this so I can read this, because I don't really remember this. But I saw this and was like, I need this because it's a duology, so I can just read these back to back. And they look stunning together. Like, look at that. Look at that. They're so, like, iridescent. Iridescent? Is that the word? I don't know. And then the other book, last book I got was Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Unpopular opinion, I prefer this cover over the other cover. I said what I said, and I mean what I said. I'm not ashamed to say it. I like this cover over the bland hardback book with the sprayed edges. I've been looking for the paperback. I finally got the paperback. I finally found it, and I got it. She's thick. I didn't know she was going to be this thick. I know I'm going to have to wait until sometime in 2026 for the paperback of book 2 to come out, but that's fine. I'll just read book 2 on my iPad if need be, because this is prettier in my opinion than the ugly 3-color like hardcover, and you can't cheat on mine, okay? So I need to catalog these books into my Notion. That's also why I ended up not coming back into my Notion with you guys yesterday, because I was like, I'm going book shopping and I don't want to do Notion twice. So we're gonna catalog these books into my Notion, and then once we do that and we go through my Notion, then we'll go from there. But this is like the last little bits of this video, so let's hop right to it. I also gotta find a place for these on my shelves, because I gotta rearrange some stuff like right here and on this shelf right here to fit a couple of these on the shelf, which I'm not mad about. I'm okay with that. So we'll figure it out together. Welcome to the end of the video. I'm finishing this ahead of schedule because I said so. I technically wanted this done by Saturday night. It is Friday afternoon, and I'm finished. So this video will be going up on time. We'd love to see it. I kind of figured it already was because I went book shopping and everything, but I'm trying to be better about making sure I'm recording early and getting things up when they're supposed to go up. So with that being said, welcome to the end of the video. I did a lot in this video. We went book shopping, we did my Notion, we did my TBR jar, like this thing is full. I did my TBR jar video yesterday and I pulled out my 8 prompts like I normally do. And so they're sitting up there and I still had some that weren't in the jar, so I put them in here to replace the 8 I pulled out. And we have a pretty amount of books in here, guys. I'm thinking of doing a TBR jar like video where like I pick a prompt and I read a book for like a week for like that. So that may be coming to you in a video soon. We did my reading journal, which looks absolutely fabulous. I really don't think we need to spend any more time talking about it because the first like 20 minutes of this video is strictly reading journal stuff because I spent so much time doing this. And last night I spent more time and finished, for the most part, my series tracker. So that's literally up to date, which is crazy to me. But we can start filling this out as soon as 2026 hits and I'm reading, okay? So this will probably be like a monthly thing where like I try to at least update this once a month towards the end of the month, or either every time I read a book. We will see, but I want to try and keep up with this as best as I can for 2026. So that's what we're going to do. And like I said, we also did my Notion, so you guys to see a bit of my Notion. It's much better on a computer, but I don't have a computer, but it's still pretty easy to navigate my Notion. I have my Notion not just for my book stuff, but like for TV show, how I track everything for TV shows, how I do my YouTube video, like how I plan my YouTube videos. Love that. I actually need to plan my YouTube videos for January, so that'll be in the next video you see. And then we also got new books and kind of reorganized the shelves. Yes, I took these off after I had already put them on, but I was like, I just need to make sure I knew where they were going to go on the shelf. So we got 4 new books, and like I said, 2 continuations of series and 2 first books in the series. So I consider this a very successful, very productive video. I had a fun time filming it. I think my favorite part was the reading journal portion of this video. Not gonna lie, because my creative brain was going, you know, a little like Cynthia Erivo. It was like a, yeah, it was that literally for the whole time I was doing that. I think I also kind of had fun doing this because there's so many prompts in here and I got so many new ideas to put in here. So, but that is the end of the video, guys. I had a fun time doing this. I think I want to try and do more like ultimate book video type stuff where we do this stuff, like update my reading journal, reorganize the shelves if need be, update my Notion. Like I kind of like this. I kind of like this big reset video we did for 2026. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, and whatever part of the world you're having it in. I really enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. This is the last video of 2025. This is getting posted on, I believe, January. Not January. I believe this is getting posted on literally December 31st. So this is the last video of 2025, and my first video is my TBR video coming out 2 days from today. So do with that what you will, okay guys? But I had a really fun time doing this. I've said that numerous times, but I truly enjoy doing this video and I want to do more of them. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video where I pick out my January TBR. Okay? Good.